Hello guys, it's Jmix here, and I just wanted to provide a little background and context to the interview that you're about to hear. Recently I got to speak to Chris Nassif, who was a longtime talent agent at Hollywood, and he's currently a producer on several projects, including Jeepers Creepers 3. You might know his brother Paul, he's a co-star on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but for the longest time he was a talent agent. And through a mutual friend we got to talking, and I was able to talk to him about some of the work he'd done. In this conversation, Suge Knight was brought up because he did have a meeting with Suge Knight several years ago where Suge Knight was pitching an idea for a television show. Now, Mr. Nassif is a novice to the Tupac case. He doesn't follow, what's going on with Christopher Wallace or any of these things. So I asked him to recall the conversation to the best of his knowledge of what Suge Knight told him regarding the murders. So this is part of that interview I would like you to take a listen to. I just wanted you to keep in mind that Mr. Nassif ran the prestigious Diverse Media Group. It is the world's 10th largest talent agency. So the pedigree on this guy is outstanding. What you're about to hear on this audio could very well jeopardize this man's opportunities to go back to being a talent agent. But he was willing to go on record, and this is his story.
This is a Jmix exclusive.
I want to make sure that I'm saying your name correctly. It is Christopher Nassif, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
Awesome. I was just letting you know that this is not live or anything, but I do have to let you know that you're being recorded.
Okay. No problem. No problem. So I'm all yours. You just let me know when you want to get into this.
Oh, absolutely. I guess the first question that I would have for you is what is it that you do for a living?
Well, now I produce, features in TV and consult. But I, formerly, I was a talent agent for like 35 years.
How did you first come across? How did you first meet Suge Knight?
Well, there was and I forgot who it was because it's been, a little while. But it was a mutual contact and who asked me to meet with him regarding representation and, selling his projects, et cetera, like the Death Row, movie or whatever he was trying to do. And I met him at the W Hotel in Westwood for lunch.
Well, did you have any apprehension on your end because of the notoriety surrounding him and meeting him?
No, yeah, I've always had apprehension. I've always had apprehension in dealing with people that come from like gang-oriented sort of environment. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, right.
And crisis management is the other thing I do these days, which is kind of ironic. That's what he needs is crisis management now.
I'm thinking so, especially with everything going on.
Right.
What was his pitch to you?
He was very, very humble and at the time, and the pitch was about Tupac, actually, and he was reciting to me what happened, I guess, when they left the Four Seasons on Doheny, where they did like a caravan to Las Vegas and went to a fight, and, the whole process on what happened. How they both got shot, et cetera, et cetera. It was pretty much, that was the story. And then he talked about, saying things to you like, Tupac's alive, and that he had the music, that he has, music still of Tupac and stuff like that. But I don't know what was accurate or not. I mean, he's a salesman. He was pitching, to get me, interested, and I was definitely interested.
Now, he had a reality show called Unfinished Business, and it kind of got blocked. Was he trying to resurrect that, or was this a whole new type of situation that he was pitching to you?
Well, this was a whole new situation. I mean, it was pretty much about what happened, and that he was going to try to get the music that supposedly had literally lost songs or something, that were written or recorded by Tupac that he produced that were never aired, distributed.
Because there's been many, many rumors of Suge having storage facilities with master tapes. Well, he alluded to that to me, a handful of years ago. Yeah. Yep. Sure did. I guess the meat and potatoes in this is, did he explain to you what he thought happened the night that him and Tupac were shot?
Yes. You want me to go through that? What he told me?
Absolutely.
Okay. So the caravan to Vegas. And I believe that the bodyguards that they were using for them that were also at the fight, or they saw some other bodyguards. There was another actually fight that was, or like a confrontation, I think, between Tupac and somebody else there, at that fight, in Las Vegas. So they leave, they get in the car. I'm trying to simplify it also. They get in the car with their security following them, and another car pulls aside of them. And Suge said to me that it was the bodyguards that were working at the fight, And they fired at both Suge and Tupac, and Suge said he took a .45 slug in the back of his head or to the side of his skull. This is what Suge told me. Maybe it grazed him or something to that effect. And Tupac had gotten hit, and they were both, and then I think the police finally got involved and pulled everybody over. And, they're both laughing about getting shot, while they were driving and all of that. And then they rushed both of them to the hospital, and they took Tupac to, one part, and they had Suge in another room, something to that effect. But that was really the gist of it. He never saw, Tupac, obviously after that, didn't see his body, didn't see anything. But they were laughing the whole time after they got shot. So that's it.
He said that bodyguards were the trigger man?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Or hired, to do this. I mean, it was premeditated. And these guys were hired. That's what Suge told me.
So what he's telling you is pretty much flying in the face of the whole Orlando Anderson gang retaliation theory that's out there.
That's correct. Yep.
That this is now currently, and I don't know if you know this, but currently Snoop is inducting Tupac into the Hall of Fame. Did Suge give any indication that this involved Snoop, this murder?
Yeah. There was always indications that Snoop had been angry at, Tupac, and Suge, right? Because Tupac used to pick on Snoop a lot. I think Tupac and Snoop, I think Tupac slapped Snoop Dogg, and this is what Suge told me, and threw Snoop in the back of the SUV, like where the luggage was. And I'm not laughing at that, but it just, So it seems like there was a lot of disrespect that went on, and there was things that he did infer or allude to the fact that Snoop or his cousin might have been involved with this. Yep.
And how long ago was this meeting?
It's about 5-6 years ago. It's not recent.
And I'm sorry to repeat myself here, but
mm-hmm.
so 5 or 6 years ago, Suge Knight himself said that Snoop and his cousin might have had something to do with it.
That's correct. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. That's what he told me. It's possible. Anything's possible, isn't it?
Well, yeah, absolutely. So what happened with the initial conversation? Did it just not go anywhere, or was it something that you weren't interested in?
No, No, yeah, it was just too complex for me at the time, and I just, I try to honestly, when people are actively involved in negative things like that, I just, it seemed, appealing. It was appealing to me actually, during that life that I thought about it, and I just thought it could be just a little bit too complex for me, with the characters involved and so on. And let me also say that this is just what he said to me. I mean, this is all, his word. I mean, we really don't know for a fact, do we? Who killed Tupac and who was responsible for it.
No, actually, no, the murder's not been solved. There's the new documentary coming out that's actually alleging that Snoop and his cousin did have some involvement based on a confession letter. So
see, there you have it. See, there you have it. Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. That's what he said to me too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is a Jmix exclusive.
What up, shut up?